Hello, welcome to the Citrus Garden. If you're new here, my name is Christina. If you're not new here, hi, welcome back. It's great to see you. This is a reading for Pisces, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or if you have any other significant Pisces placements, there may be a message in here for you. So Pisces, I'm getting a very strong Cancerian energy in your space is how it's feeling. Or if they're not in your space, they're attached to you in some way. Or that it actually kind of feels like you and this Cancerian are separated by something. So they're at a distance to you in some way, but I feel like are empathizing with them very strongly, or like there's something about like you're connected with this person in that way, like through emotions is how it's feeling, like empathy. You have empathy for whatever it is that they're going through. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Cancer, like Cancer Sun. They could have Cancer somewhere else in their chart, or it's just, I was getting kind of like the reading for tomorrow, which is Cancer, might have some insights for you, so keep an eye out for that. But it feels kind of like there's something that this person is going through that I feel like is affecting you in some way, or like you're struggling to make a decision about it. So there are a few cards that are coming through that I was just seeing in my mind's eye that wanted to be part of your reading. Oh, interesting. Okay, that's unexpected. Okay, so first one was hyena and the octopus. So I'm seeing this octopus energy as the Cancerian energy, who I feel like is going through a bit of a tower moment or like something difficult. I feel like you're not a part of this, whatever it is that this person is going through. And there's something here about the elephant, which like when I pulled out the octopus, I didn't see the elephant attached to it. That's important. That's going to come back here. But the hyena, I feel like is something about this energy that they're dealing with. And it feels kind of like, okay, there's a metaphor that's coming through. Pisces, that's the thing. Your energies are so similar. It could be something about like you are empathizing with this Cancer to the point where it's affecting your energy is how it's coming through. So it's kind of feeling like there's a bit of a fog or a mask energy, which is another card that I was seeing for you, that may actually be affecting your clarity, or that you're empathizing with this energy to the point where it is affecting your energy or your manifestations or that kind of thing. And so just keeping that in mind, I'm not saying that that's a bad thing or you have to change anything about that, but it's just like being aware of it. It's taking up a significant part of your emotional energy. So anyways, the metaphor that was kind of coming through with this is like in Pride and Prejudice, I'm seeing you Pisces as the character of Jane. If you're not familiar, it doesn't matter. I'm just going to explain it briefly. Jane is one of the characters in that story, Pride and Prejudice, and she becomes engaged to a character named Bingley. So they are in love, those two characters, Jane and Bingley. But Bingley has a sister that is just horrible. This is coming through with this hyena energy. And I feel like there's this energy here of like, you are connected to Bingley, whoever that is to you. It doesn't have to be a romantic relationship at all. It could be a friend, it could be family, it could be something else. You're connected to Bingley in some way, but Bingley has a really horrible sister. And so it's kind of like there's this energy here of like Bingley is like going through a tower moment with this hyena, his sister, so to speak, whatever it is, whatever that relationship is, something that's connected to them, but not necessarily to you, that they're struggling with, that there's a tower energy here happening here. And it's like with the elephant, there's something about like, it's an obstacle for this one, whoever this is, the Cancerian. I feel like this this is someone that you care about in some way, whatever way that is, or something that you care about. Doesn't even have to be relationship focused. I feel like it's also something here about like this octopus energy might even have to do with like work or your gifts or like something that you love to do. For example, like it could be something like that you're very gifted at. It could even be an aspect of yourself as well, where it's like perhaps an inner child or a wounded child energy, or like you're seeing an aspect of perhaps your wounded child in whatever it is that this person is dealing with, right? So it's kind of like you have empathy for this one. It could be that they're dealing with some sort of like lesson or something like that, where they're having to learn a tough lesson is just how it's coming through. And so you have empathy for them because you remember maybe what it was like for this person to, or what it was like for you, I want to say, what it was like for you to learn that lesson, what it was like for you to go through that tough energy. Because I feel like on some level, you have gone through a similar type of experience than what this person is going through right now, is how it's feeling. And so there's empathy there, perhaps wanting to help them, perhaps wanting to support them in some way. I feel like though there's a reason why you haven't, or that there's like a separation between the two of you at the moment, because this hyena, whatever that is for you, it doesn't have to be another person, but it feels very strongly like it is, or a set of circumstances, or an environment that this person is in, that I feel like you are not in alignment with this energy, whatever the hyena is for you. It's not a match to you. It's Charlotte Bingley, for lack of a better metaphor. It's not a match to you, whatever it is. This may even be a group for some of you, like a group dynamic of the hyena. And so it feels kind of like a group dynamic, or just like, because the hyena in this deck comes through with an energy of like using humor or sarcasm in order to like mask how one feels. So it's an energy of being inauthentic, of like not speaking truth, of there could even be bullying involved in this in some way. Or just like, that's the thing though, there's an energy, see, this is where it gets tough, Pisces, because it's like, I feel like it feels very strongly like if this is another person, that they are reminding you of a wounded child energy that you have within yourself. And so there may be a lot of sort of like perspective taking is how it's coming through, or like you empathize with them, but at the same time there's a separation there because you are not in that energy is how it's feeling. Like you're not in that wounded child energy anymore, or that you've healed that aspect of yourself, or there's something about like it's like you have empathy but also you have boundaries is how it's coming through. So you're enforcing those boundaries. I feel like here with the mask, which is really interesting, because I feel like on some level there's this really interesting energy here of separation and rejection, where it's like it feels kind of like walking this like fine line of rejection. Either you are rejecting something about this energy, right? This octopus, or that there's also perhaps like this energy of rejection from the group, which is interesting, of you, because you are not a match to it, right? So again, with like that metaphor of like Charlotte Bingley, she rejected Jane because of her family status, right? So it could be something like that. It doesn't have to be that exactly, of course, but there's something here about like something that is authentic to you is being rejected by this group. And within this group, there's somebody, a Cancerian perhaps, doesn't have to be, or something right? It doesn't even have to be a person. It could be like work or purpose or like an opportunity maybe that is enmeshed in this hyena group dynamic, that it's like, I feel like there's this energy of like being separated from that energy because of the group, because the group has rejected you, or perhaps a specific person in a group has rejected you. Could be that, like, it doesn't, so if there is a group, it's like there's one person in the group that has rejected you. It's not the whole group that has rejected you, because it's kind of like Bingley, Darcy, all of those people accept you, but Charlotte Bingley does not. And right now, Charlotte Bingley has the power, is how it's coming through. Metaphorically, there's this energy here of like somebody within the group has a lot of sway to influence the actions or thoughts of other people in order to cause separation, is how it's feeling, of you and what is meant for you, is how it's coming through. You and what is meant for you. I feel like on some level, this energy of the octopus is something of like an opportunity. It could be an opportunity tied to a person, right? Like, or like a new relationship or something like that. There's something new within this energy, but right now they're in the octopus, and it's like they're I feel like there's a lot of fog around this person, or confusion, or like there's something about sort of like a shapeshifter energy, like their energy is not stable at the moment for whatever reason, because it feels like they're going through a tower energy of some sort. And I feel like for you, Pisces, there's this feeling of almost like wanting to, because you're coming out with the black egg, is how it's feeling to me. Or that's like sort of the guidance, or the wisdom, is how it's feeling to be in this black egg energy, which is the throat chakra, right? Communication has been coming up a lot. And I feel like whatever this group is that this octopus is going through, like dealing with at the moment, there's an inauthenticity about how they communicate, is how it's coming through. An inauthenticity about how they communicate. So their throat chakra energy is masked in some way. And it's like, because I feel like for you, Pisces, I keep wanting to say Cancer, because it feels to me like you are taking on the perspective of a Cancer, of this Cancer energy. You're taking on the perspective of this Cancer energy. So if this Cancer energy feels helpless, you're taking on that perspective, is how it's coming through. Like, it's almost like in trying to help this person, you're taking on their emotional state of it. It kind of feels like they're feeling a bit of like Eight of Swords, feeling stuck, feeling lost, feeling like there's no way out of whatever situation that they're in. And it feels kind of like, on some level, empathetically for you, Pisces, you may be taking on that energy or that perspective, is how it's feeling. So it's kind of feeling like but there's something about that which is not true. And you may be feeling that, because especially if you're feeling any sort of internal resistance, or like hesitation, or second guessing yourself, or feeling doubt, or feeling like you don't know what to do in a certain situation, you're taking on the perspective of the Cancer who is feeling like that. And this energy here coming through with the black egg is talking about like it's actually coming through with this mask energy of like, well, first of all, I feel like on some level you are putting on a mask in order to deal with this hyena energy. Like, so it kind of feels like, even if you're not even if you are still part of this group in some way, right? Like it could be like a work environment. Like there's a work environment, and this octopus energy might actually be like a new opportunity. It doesn't have to be a person necessarily, but it could be something where it's like the new opportunity is being blocked by this hyena energy. At least that's your perception of it, where it's like I can't be with that person or with that opportunity or whatever because Charlotte Bingley is there and she is horrible, or she's a bit judgy, or she's something. It doesn't have to be a woman either. It's just like, I'm just using the metaphor as an example. But there's something about the hyena where it's like you can't be, when you're around this person, there's caution. You speak cautiously for a good reason, because it's like they can twist your words. They can twist your words. They can twist your words, absolutely, in a way that can feel really icky. Like it's like they're sort of, it's coming through with so it feels like a person. I'm just going to describe it like that for ease, where it feels kind of like they backhanded compliments basically is kind of how they operate. Or like false praise, or just like things where it's like they look down on you, or they laugh at your circumstances in a way where it's like it's mean girl energy. It's mean girl energy. That's how it's coming through. Mean girl energy. But through laughter, right? Like that's why it's coming through with like bullying or that kind of thing. Anyways. So there's something about that I feel like you're dealing with, Pisces. And I feel like on some level, it's also getting you to put on this mask of it. So it's not, there's also this tricky line of like being authentic and putting on a mask that you're walking, because this mask card actually comes through with this energy of like putting on a mask in order to explore a side of yourself that hasn't been allowed to express itself. So I feel like there's something about like you may have been a part of this group at one point. You may have been a part of this group at one point, but you are not now, is how it's coming through. There's a separation happening because, again, with that energy of rejection, you're rejecting this energy, and it could be something to do with like how you express your emotions truthfully and authentically. That is this black egg, because this card is so interesting. It repels anything that is not like it, that is not the truth. So if you are being rejected by a group when you're in this energy, that means they're not speaking truthfully about something. So that's how it's coming through for you, Pisces. I feel like so there's something about like you're being rejected from a group that is not being authentic in the way that they express themselves or their feelings or that kind of thing, or look down on others, for example. That's an aspect of yourself that you are rejecting, it feels like. But you may be taking on this perspective of like perhaps seeing an aspect of like a wounded child energy within somebody else who may still be part of the group in some way, or perhaps this person is actually trying to detach themselves from this group. Because the elephant coming out, I feel like this is something that is the lesson that they are learning on how to do, is how to break through obstacles, how to trust the path that they are on. It's really interesting because I did not expect that card to come through. I feel like there's something about wisdom and power that this person is learning. They're learning about their power, because it feels kind of like they're in a situation where they feel stuck. And so they're learning about their power. And wisdom, it's feeling very strongly like that as well. How to get free. I actually feel like this energy has something that they're not seeing the value of yet. They have some sort of like gift or ability, or like something that belongs to them that they are not seeing the value of yet. Perhaps that is something that like they're not seeing the value of yet, but it can help them to get free of whatever it is that they're dealing with at the moment. Okay, Pisces. I don't know if this energy is going to come through the reading. I actually feel like it's just something that like you're being asked to be aware of, right? Like you may be taking on the perspective or empathizing a lot with an energy that is struggling to get free of something. So, but I feel like you have already freed yourself from this, Pisces. That's how it's coming through. You have already freed yourself. This one is struggling through that lesson at the moment. So, yeah. Yeah, Pisces. Shine. This card comes through with the message of shine. I'm going to read it because there is a note in there about gossip as well, which is interesting. There's this energy of like, I'm just going to call it mean girl energy. I feel like that's just how it's coming through. So it could be feminine energies that are not in alignment. I'm just going to leave it like that. But anyway, so this card says, when the fires rise up from within to animate your spirit, it is time to learn the dance of the flame. Now is the time to let yourself be wild and to let yourself be free, to let the heat and the passion of the cosmic fires guide you. Never mind how it looks or what people might think or might say about you. Gossip is no match for the power of the flame. The fire inside your belly cannot be tamed and cannot be controlled, and it is far too powerful to kowtow to other people's fears or judgments. The flames are carrying you to greater heights and guiding you to magical depths. Let the fires burn. Let them have their way with you as you rise like the great and mighty phoenix and soar. This is an energy from spirit coming in to be like, never mind them. Never mind them. Do not pay attention to this energy. It's in your awareness, though. I feel like you are aware of it on some level. Because I feel like there's this energy here of... I feel like on some level, Pisces, this might be a little bit like, just take this part if it resonates. It might not resonate for everyone. Where there may be a tendency or a feeling of like, okay, I have to play nice with this group, right? I have to play nice with them, with this mask. Perhaps not to make a situation worse. Perhaps on some level it's like a survival instinct, right? Like to like fit in, to like be a part of the group, even if you don't like them. Because it is kind of coming through like you don't like this group is actually how it's coming through, but maybe you work together. Maybe it's something where it's like you have to share space. So you, it's kind of coming through like that. Maybe you don't like this group. And it's feeling like, are you hiding your own light in order to protect yourself from gossip? Because it feels kind of like there's something here about like, if this is a part of your wounded child, right? Like being mocked or being bullied or being ridiculed by others in whatever way, or fear of that. It doesn't even have to be that. It could just even be a fear of that happening. it's saying, like, why are you dimming your light in order to fit in with a group that you don't even like to be around? Because it's feeling kind of like trying to maintain like this, almost like a mask of we all like each other, when it's like, why are you pretending that you like this group when you don't? There's something about like freeing yourself from being likable, especially with this Leo energy coming through, like, because it kind of feels like there's this energy of like, if you do something that is authentic to you and truthful to you, that your authenticity will not be liked or accepted by this group, that this group would reject you even more for your authentic expression. And it's like, it kind of feels like you've already separated yourself from this group already, but there's this there's like a pretense that is being maintained for whatever reason, like pretending to like this group that maybe you really don't like, or that you've already separated yourself from on some level, emotionally perhaps. You've already detached from them. You've already removed yourself energetically from this group. There is a separation already, and it's kind of like what would really eliminate the pretense of being a part of this group is some sort of action that I feel like you're being guided to take. But there may be something about like it would be like confronting Charlotte Bingley, right? It would be confronting Charlotte Bingley about their mean girl energy. And I feel like that's part of why you haven't done it yet. It's like this energy of like, okay, there's something about like, I don't feel like it's fear, right? Because, okay, I don't feel like it's fear because you're this lion energy and you have hyenas here, right? Okay, now it's coming in with Lion King a little bit. The hyenas are in the elephant graveyard. Okay. Your child self, your inner child, would be terrified of doing this, is how it's coming through. It would be really scary for your inner child to do this, or your wounded child, I should say, because a healed inner child doesn't have fear. It's the wounded child that has fear. So there's something about like your wounded child would be terrified of this action, it feels like, or of separating yourself for good from this group, even though you have already on some level grown or healed or become this like very powerful energy that can outshine this hyena, is how it's coming through. The Charlotte Bingley energy. I'm trying to be so because I feel like this hyena energy is also going through something emotional, but they're hiding that, or they're pretending that it's not affecting them, or that they use like sarcasm or belittling other people in order to mask some sort of insecurity that they have within themselves, right? Like that's how it's coming through. False sense of power is how it's feeling for this energy. They actually rely a lot on other people to support them in order to feel any sense of strength within themselves. They don't have an inner strength. They take their strength from stepping on others, belittling others. This card has come out 3 readings in a row. You've overcome this. You have overcome this, Pisces. I feel like right now you're in this period of like finding rest and renewal after having overcome separating yourself from this group, because I feel like you're not a part of this group anymore energetically, right? Even if even if you still work together, you don't hang out with these people anymore, right? Like you don't go to the break room with them anymore, that kind of thing. Even though you still work together, right? But so it's kind of feeling like you're taking time to yourself, or you're finding rest and renewal after having overcome. Like, it could be like standing up for yourself. It could be standing up for yourself. I feel like you have done that. You have done that. But now there's this energy here of like standing up for another person that I feel like you are struggling with that decision. Okay. Land, cave, and sun. There's a, so this is coming through with 6-6, which is feeling kind of like a 6 of Cups energy. So if this is, it could be somebody from the past, or somebody that reminds you of a past energy, right? Like, or there could be sort of like a soul connection with this energy on some level. I feel like there's something about this energy that is having to go through like an inner child healing that has to do with like standing up for oneself, or defending oneself, or being truly authentic to who they are and like speaking about it. Okay, so I feel like they are seeing that though. So I'm going to read this card. You are entering a time of illumination. Light pierces the deepest, darkest caverns of your vessel, shining the glow of truth upon areas of your life that once eluded you. There are fewer places for falsehood to hide, and you are able to see clearer than you had previously been able to. Many illusions have been brought to light. There are still plenty more to demystify, but the task will be easier now that your sight has been sharpened. While the heat and intensity of this light can bring uneasiness, take comfort in the clarity you are gathering, and in the quantum leaps you are making in your quest for self-knowledge. Enjoy the gift of this light, my love. It marks a triumph in your soul's journey. Yeah. It feels like this person, I'm going to just describe it as a person for simplicity, but it may not be that for you. It could be an opportunity. It could be like a job. It could be something that you love, something that is meant for you. It's just easier to describe it as a person. Where this person or this energy is gaining clarity about the situation that they're in and how to get free of it. Because right now it feels like they're feeling stuck, or they feel like they can't. No, that doesn't feel right. It feels like right now the circumstances don't feel right for them to move, is how it's feeling. But that there is, I feel like, a hidden opportunity with the elephant. It's hidden. It's a hidden opportunity that they are becoming aware of to get themselves free of a situation that they're in. I feel like connecting to you is helping them to find this clarity, because again, like I said, you're out of it. You're speaking from this true, like place of truth and authenticity that they're connecting with. It feels kind of like though that because they're connecting with you on that level, you may be also feeling their energy, which might feel confusing or unclear, or it's that kind of thing. It kind of feels like the word that's wanting to come through is transference. I feel like they're learning something about like healthy boundaries from you. Because I feel like whatever dynamic that they're in currently, there's not a lot of healthy boundaries. It feels kind of like really unhealthy boundaries, actually. Or inauthentic expression of emotions. So they're learning how to perhaps express their emotions authentically. That might be new to them, but they're learning that is how it's coming through. Interesting. There may also be something about you are, again, this may be an aspect of yourself that you're seeing reflected in another person. So if you're also learning something about boundaries and healthy expression and things like that, that is what's connecting you to this person. But I feel like on some level, it feels very much like an environmental factor where your environment feels a lot more clear than their environment at the moment. Their environment feels like there's a little bit more fogginess or uncertainty or murky energies that they're learning to protect themselves from is how it's coming through. And so even if they are learning this, it takes a bit longer for them to do it because they're still surrounded by an environment that is not healthy. Okay. Land, flower, earth. Okay, the heart already knows what the eyes squint to perceive and what the mind struggles to figure out. The essence is the true nature of one's being. There is no logical equation we can plug into the intellect to home in on essence. Essence is felt. Essence is intuited. The knowingness that allows us to connect with another's essence cannot be quantified by science. To really understand this world, and I mean really understand it, you must connect unconditionally with the essence that underlies every single being and every single life form on this planet. Only then will you be able to discern a weed from a flower and to know which energies, beings, and experiences will serve you and which ones will not. Sense deeper, sense multidimensionally so as to allow the essence of what you are observing to show itself to you. Yeah, there's something very powerful here about connection to this essence. I feel like the essence is a part of your truth and authenticity. Because I feel like, Pisces, you're struggling with making a decision about something. And it kind of feels like it has something to do with, like, the mask that you wear to protect yourself from the hyena energies. Like, because it kind of feels like there's something about, like, it you know, on some level that you are in connecting with that group or that dynamic or those people, perhaps, you're masking an aspect of your true essence. And it's saying, like, you don't have to do that anymore. Because I feel like there's something about in not doing that anymore, in not pretending, in not, like, engaging in those energies or, like, those activities or, like, the pretense is really what's coming through here. It destroys an obstacle that you have been trying to get through, or that it helps to heal a wounded child energy within yourself of, like, standing up for yourself with this sort of, like, Leo energy of, like, shining authentically in your truth, and that it connects you to your true essence. because I feel like, and on some level, I think that will also help to release and free whatever this obstacle. And the octopus, if it is a person, you being authentic and being like, okay, I'm not going to pretend to like these people. I'm not going to be engaged in the pretense anymore of being inauthentic, right? Or like belittling others, or like doing things that are sort of mean, or excluding others or things like that. I'm not going to engage in that anymore. And that actually helps to free the octopus, whether that's an aspect of your wounded child or another person who is reflecting that energy back to you, or some sort of opportunity or work or thing that is meant for you that has been clouded or blocked. It feels like with the elephant, it's been blocked from you. I feel like you're starting to see a path through it, though. Or you're starting to get illumination about that. But in order to do that, there's this energy of like having to stand up for what you believe in, having to stand up for your truth. What's at the center of this? Land, cave, and sun. Or sorry, land, cave, and moon. You have land, cave, and sun already here. There's an energy of the cave that's coming through, like, it's coming through a bit with the hermit. And you have, at the bottom of the deck, land, animal, star. I'm going to read both of those. Your shadow yearns for your undivided attention. You must retreat and delve within. Prepare a cave of your own design, a place with no light, no sound, and no heartbeat other than your own. Reflect here as you journey into the depths of yourself. Venture into the places you fear the most, the places hidden within the nooks and the crevices of your own dark caverns. Leave no stone unturned and no corner unexamined. Embrace the darkness inside and befriend the unknown. Allow the feelings to rise to the surface, the fear, the sadness, the confusion, the uncertainty, all of it. Welcome your shadow. Seek beyond the veil to find the answers you didn't even realize you were seeking. Yeah. It feels like confronting a fear that you have. And it could be a fear of like being rejected from a group. Being an outsider, being outcast. I'm going to read this card. Shamans have long revered sacred animal totems for their strength, their power, their wisdom, and their magic. All people have their own sacred animal totems that govern their lives. The gifts, behaviors, and characteristics of these animals guide you and bless your path. Notice the animals that appear in your life and that visit your dreams. When you close your eyes and ask your animal totems to show themselves to you, which are the first to show up? Are there any animals you feel an affinity for or that pop into your mind as you read these words? These are your animal totems, child. Trust in the messages and in the medicine they hold for you. They are your allies. They hold the wisdom that will guide you on your journey here. I'm going to leave that one open for you, Pisces, because I feel like there is an animal energy that is coming through for you. As I was reading that, that's the energy that I feel like you're being asked to embrace, which is so interesting with this egg, because I feel like whatever animal it is that you just envisioned, that's what's inside this egg. It's like trying to hatch is how it's coming through. there's an animal that's trying to it doesn't have to be an animal that comes out of an egg. It's just a metaphor, right? There's an aspect of yourself, a new aspect of yourself that is trying to emerge or hatch from this egg. This is the challenge that gets you through it. Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Pisces. If this reading resonated with you, please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.